I chose to do my discrimination speech on discrimination against homosexual. What is a homosexual? A homosexual is an individual sexually attracted to people of their own sex. And while I was trying to get the information for my speech, I ran across a couple articles. The first article that I'm speaking about is emotional distress among LGBT youth. Emotional distress would be self-harm, suicide, and depression. A number of things, but those specifically. In that article, it states that negative experiences between LGBT stigma can contribute to emotional distress within LGBT adolescents and adults. And what that is saying is that if a gay person experiences, or a lesbian, whatever the case is, if a person who's attracted to their own sex experiences negative behavior like bullying or threats or a number of things, that can lead to emotional distress, especially in kids. I've read 1,000 cases where just because a child was bullied because he was gay or she was gay or whatever the case was, they may have committed suicide or attempted to commit suicide. And as precious as life is, it's sad to know that people still out there judging and inflicting pain upon other people and feel no type of way about it. So yeah, it's very sad. It is. Another article that I read was openly gay men in the United States, discrimination against employment. Well, I might have said that wrong, okay? Employment discrimination against open gay men in the United States. And in that study, it says that employers who seek applicants with stereotypical male heterosexual traits are more likely to be engaged into discrimination. So, of course, I do feel like that is very true, because if I'm at a job interview with one man, a woman, and a gay man, and the employer is like, well, I need someone who's able to lift this to this many pounds, who's not afraid to get the job done, who's masculine and strong and da 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 da. Not only is the employer discriminating against a woman, that he or she is also discriminating against a gay man, because you just said masculine. I mean, not saying the gay men are masculine, but what I'm trying to prove a point, and the point I'm trying to prove is that statement is very true. If an employer is like, they're looking for a certain thing in a man that you normally would not find in a gay man, they're being stereotypical. They're being a stereotype. I'm sorry. And right now at work, I'm dealing with this. Not me, but I'm seeing it happen in my job. I work under a gay man, a homosexual, and he's a married homosexual. And he's worked under our store manager for about 10 years now. So they're best friends. And I've never seen a day when they didn't talk, they didn't laugh at a joke or anything, whatever the case was. And one day I came to work and he stormed out. He was like he was done and he don't care if he lost his job, because this time he's standing up for what is right. And I was unaware that all this stuff was happening over a week's course. But what happened was, she refused to hire one of his friends because his friend is gay, and thought that that wasn't discrimination. She thought that it was just, oh, well, I don't want any more men, period. And if you know him and you're telling him to come, I sure don't want him. And I thought that was very sad. That was very sad. Not only was that discrimination, but she also can receive a lawsuit behind that, because discrimination is discrimination. If you turn away someone because of who they decide to love, who they choose to lay with, that and it's none of your business. That is absolutely wrong. That's just how I feel. I feel like that. I also read an article about the ex-gay movement. And the ex-gay movement divides us and them into two groups, Christians and non-Christians. And this is all coming from the article. The article states that this particular movement claims that people choose their eternal fate. They choose how how everything ends in the end. And I feel like we do choose. In life we do choose. We have a choice to make. I feel like that we all have a choice. Period. Whether it's, okay, what school I want to go to, UAM or UAPB, whatever the case was, it was my choice. I feel like for us to decide for somebody else, that would be us discriminating, because if they choose to be gay going against the word of God, that's completely up to them. It's their choice. And I feel like we are in the wrong when we begin to discriminate, when we begin to judge, when we begin to act as if we're better than the person because of the mistakes they have made or the mistakes they are making, or however we feel about that particular situation. I feel like homosexuals is a very big thing right now. I feel like people need to do their research. People need to come together. People need to be more open-minded toward that issue, because whether it's a sin or not, we can't cast judgment upon anyone else. And discrimination is another form of bullying. It's another form of showing hatred. It's another form of just being ugly. And I feel like that is wrong. I feel like if we all as mature as we say we are, if we're all Christians, or we all believe in this, or what if it's our kids? What if it's whatever the situation is? I feel like discrimination is wrong. And after working at my job and seeing what happened this previous week happened, it puts me into perspective. It shows me some people for who they really are, some situations for what they really are. And it opened my eyes, because when I was giving this demonstration speech, I was given a list of things to choose from, and this was the last thing I was going to choose from. It absolutely was. And that's me being honest. I was like, well, I can do anything else. But after seeing how hurt an individual was for something that he or she actually believed in this week, it put my mind into perspective. Like, wow. Like, when you really care about a situation deeply, it's something that you actually stand up for, you actually speak about. And I actually told my manager that if left, I was leaving too, because right is right and wrong is wrong. And I don't care. I don't care. You have to make up a stand. And life has its ups and downs. And when I was getting ready to do this particular demonstration speech, I probably started over 1,000,000 times. And the reason when I made my first few mistakes within this speech or whatever the case was, I just kept going. It's because I've started over so many times, but this speech is actually it's a big issue right now. It's a big deal. It's a big, especially with our young people. Our young people today are dealing with this stuff and they're not knowing what to do. Maybe this will help somebody. You stand up for what you believe in. You do what you feel. You follow your heart, because at the end of the day, we all have our own particular choice to make. I can't make it for you. No one else can make it for you. Only you can make you for you. Your choice for you. And this is the end of my demonstration speech. Discrimination speech.